How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. I'm sorry that I was kind of late. Well, not kinda, I was definitely late. Basically, needed to restart my PC and do an update for the iPad. Did not think that that was going to impede me, though. I thought, I could probably just start stream. I don't think I need to update anything. And yep, was wrong. But it happens. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on working on the rest of these comic pages and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully you guys are cool. I'm working on some of the characters here. I think this lady's torso is kind of like broken. I need to fix that. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. But yeah, what's the audio sound like? Doesn't seem too bad. So yesterday, I was able to actually watch Millennium Actress for the first time completely. They have it they have it for free on YouTube right now. So I went ahead and I was looking through, browsing the channels on, well, not the channels, browsing the stuff on there. I was like, I haven't actually finished that movie. I've seen it before though. So I went ahead and checked that out. I enjoyed it. It was good. Really enjoy Satoshi Kon's movies. I think they're really good. Dude was definitely one of a kind when it comes to getting his vision across, and I don't know, he just seemed to handle characters with a lot of care. Really appreciate that. Oh yeah, here's something random I learned today. So you guys have probably remembered me talking about how I'm going through too many of my nibs too quickly when it comes to like my Apple Pencil. And I was like, man, like this can't be normal. There's got to be something I can do. And essentially what happened was, well, I got fed up and just did some research and found out that basically what I should do, or what I thought to do, was just decrease my well, add more sensitivity, because I basically replaced my nib and it wasn't registering, which made me think, oh well, maybe something's wrong with my nib. But then I thought, no, what if it wants me to just press harder? And I did, and then it started showing up, and I was like, well, if I have to keep doing that, then I'm gonna go through the nibs too quickly. Because I'm literally on my third one now, which means I only have one more left until I need to buy more. I don't like the idea of me going through something that quickly. I don't think I've even had these things for more than a month yet. Maybe a month at the most, possibly, but yeah, definitely doesn't feel like I've had it very long. So yeah, if you guys are using a screen protector and the iPad, definitely update your sensitivity when it comes to your Apple Pencil and everything. It'll last a bit longer. Alright, so got this guy wearing like a turtleneck or something here. That's kind of funny. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this off. Yeah, how's it going, Midnight? Going good? Nice. I'm doing just fine. Working on more pages today, getting my work done. Kind of looking at a very zoomed in photo or a picture right now. Working on these characters in the background and whatnot like that. I'm slowly making a lot of good progress with just using the tablet, honestly, though. Like, yeah, I basically, have readjusted my sensitivity. I basically was digging into the tablet screen a lot more than I needed to. It's working really hard, essentially. And now I have it set, I don't know, quite more sensitively, so now when I do anything, a mark gets made. I used to have to actually push decently hard on the screen for any mark to show up on the screen, so yeah, getting better with things. Yeah, this torso seemed a little bit longer than it needed to be. Let's see here. think this is reading decently well now, so that's good. It's funny, you guys know I struggle with coming up with hairstyles. I mean, I don't struggle, I guess that's not the best word for it, but it's definitely not something I think of immediately. It takes a little bit. Like, I can do it. I can just go look up a photo and do it, but I'm not... I guess I could say I struggle with it. Hmm. Oh yeah, chat, I was able to secure a table for a upcoming convention. That's pretty cool. It's a half table, but yeah, it's going to be for what's it called, the Small Press Expo. As long as I remember to pay on time, I I can confirm that I was able to get the email that confirms that I got the table. Thank you, thank you. Really, I'm a bit excited. I don't have every product ready or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I haven't been to a convention with a table in years, and yeah, just gonna enjoy it. Be able to kind of talk to people and see how people are doing in person, and just chat with people and see how things are going, and you know, promote, I guess, stuff, and maybe sell some prints, show off the comic that I'm working on, you know, that type of thing. Seems pretty cool. But yeah, the convention, I believe, is happening sometime in September, I think. What it was. Could be off. It could be October. But either way, I'm excited for it. Can't wait to finally be able to do that. I love the idea of SPX, and I wish that there are more conventions like it in the States. SPX is essentially, you know, it's like an indie type of convention where you're promoting for the most part your own comic, uh, stuff like that, and not necessarily a bunch of work for big companies that already exist type thing. It's one of those type of conventions, and yeah, I'm interested in that, and wish that there was just more stuff like that to just facilitate the idea that there's a bunch of stories out there we've never been able to see that some creators are working on right now, and could be worth our time. Most conventions feel like just places where people, not that anything's wrong with it, but it's just everybody is just doing fan art and everyone's showing off work for Marvel or DC or something. And that's cool, but every convention does it already. And what about the people and the projects where they don't have really big publishers behind them and stuff, but they have amazing ideas. So not like my idea per se, but like anybody's idea. Like, wow, that's cool. I'd love to support that thing. I do also like my idea. My ideas. Yeah, I love to see original art and stories. Yeah, same. It gets me really motivated and excited. The industry is kind of built to just regurgitate things that already work in a business sense, It's like, oh, wait, that thing made $1 bajillion. Oh, well, let's find a way to make a cheap version of it and then just make money off of that thing. And they do that all the time in the industry. I mean, that's what it's kind of built to do. And that's what's kind of lame about it. I think some of these are cool. Cool. That's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I wanna definitely go there and set up and everything, but just check out what people are working on. Maybe buy some books and whatnot. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, something else that I checked out recently um, was Final Destination. Now, not all of it. That was a little hole there. Not all of it because I'm not a fan of all of it, but for the most part, I really dig. I guess I like 1 and 2. Those are good examples. Yeah, 1 and 2 is pretty good to me. Well, one knew what it was trying to be already, and that's already phenomenal to have to work from. But like 2 is still the best Final Destination in my opinion. It's just really good. Like the directing was just top notch. Really think the directing was great. There's a one of the best ones in that movie was just guy comes home from winning the lottery, and the guy who won the lottery just comes home with all the stuff that he bought from his like shopping spree and everything, and he's got like a new computer and all this other stuff, and he's walking into his apartment. He's very clumsy. He's a very clumsy guy, so it already kind of gives him a certain amount of characterization because he's clumsy when he's coming into the story, and even later on, like through the scene that he's in, he stays a clumsy person. He doesn't even talk because there's no one to talk to in there. He's just doing stuff, you know, living. And yeah, he goes through the scene, and the whole time you're looking at the setup, you know, with the camera's position, the things that are in the camera view, and going, how's he gonna die? You know, how's he gonna be taken out by the movie? You know, or how, you know, the plot. And man, I love it when they like show you something, you know, in the beginning, and then they deliver on it, and then when you rewatch it, it's like, oh man, they told me what was gonna happen from the beginning. I just wasn't paying attention. You know, I love when that type of thing goes through. Really makes me appreciate the filmmaking aspect a lot more. really don't like this arm. It's not bad, it's just not great either. It's not needed there. Alright. It reads well from afar. Good. Grab something to drink. Make sure you guys stay hydrated. Okay, everything else I can kind of just come back to. I noticed there was an area that was open, and I was like, oh no, we found another spot. And the hair that I was gonna do. I gotta admit, drawing these characters right now is a little bit more fun than drawing my main character. Drawing these characters right now. Probably because I've always wanted to get around to drawing these characters. I've probably mentioned this before on a previous stream, but like, you know, working your way into, like, you know, you write you write a story and you go, man, the story might be good or whatever, and you have all these characters you want to get to. These are like some of those characters, and just happy to again finally have made it this far, and also just be able to draw them more. It's like finally they exist and actually draw them. And yes, that definitely means what it probably sounds like. I don't actually go out of my way to draw characters. Well, I didn't draw characters that I've planned to draw for years type thing, even though they existed written down somewhere. Kind of sketched them out, had a plan for them, and then just never touched them again because I was too busy working through the main story or just being busy. But nowadays I'm trying to break that type of habit because, you know, there's no point. Might as well just draw characters in general. Characters that already exist or not. Also, this is my like, well, how I'm kind of inking or drawing on this, it's kind of to replicate in some ways how it feels to draw traditionally for me. And I like the look of it, honestly. It kind of does achieve what I like. So I'm kind of enjoying a lot of this actually. It's really dope. Really, it feels like the reason why I like drawing these characters even more, other than just like I've developed them but then didn't draw them or anything. Like I finally doing that, but the more I think about it, it's like no, they have like this shape thing going on with their hair that I really love. I don't really do that type of thing with my character's hair. I do something a little different. Kind of just enjoying that as well. I knew it. That little thing there. Let's see here. I wish it was more like clipping that way. I wouldn't have to do that, but that's cool. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get into making comics? Since it seems like there is a lot of different types of art, like animation, etc. That makes sense. Oh, word. I got into making comics when I was really, really young. Well, I saw some of my first comics, like, you know, you got your Whoa, you got like Spider-Man and all these other comics that exist. And back in the day, in the 90s, because I was born in 1990. In the 90s or whatever, when I was growing up, a lot of my friends, they had like little, little staple comics or whatever around. And we would always just look through them and just look at the artwork. And a lot of us would just be like, man, this is cool, and start drawing from it and start drawing like, not even our own comics, but just redrawing what was in those books. So I already had an interest in American comics. Though the funniest thing to me was the only option was like if I was like, yo, what would I draw? Like if I were to get older and be able to have the chance to draw this character, was Spider-Man. That was the only option. Everything else I didn't care about drawing. I was okay. And like Batman too much and all these other characters, but Spider-Man was cool. So I was like, yeah, Spider-Man will be the character I'd want to draw. And then later, I think as time went on, I was still liking like American comics, and I was have these old really bad sketches or drawings of me just putting muscles on everything, just muscles on really big guys and women and everything, just muscles everywhere. It didn't even look good. It didn't look right, but yeah, it was fun. And just trying to come up with stories and stuff like that. And then later, after that, I got more into anime and manga because I remember in school everyone was watching, I guess it was Toonami at the time, and I didn't have cable, so I had to find a way to watch, this thing called Dragon Ball. By the time I had gotten into it, there was some kid with this purple shirt, and he was yelling, and he was fighting this thing that looked like it was a ripoff of Alien, and I was like, word, this is interesting, and it was cool. And then later I found out one of my friends who also seemed to collect comics, or had comics at the time. He had a volume of Dragon Ball. And I picked it up one day and started looking through it, and I was like, wait a minute, this looks just like the show. And my friend was like, yeah, because the show is based off of that comic. And I was just like, okay, like how they do animated shows for American comics and stuff like that. But it was bigger than that to me because American comics are written, or I would say were at that time, because this is actually what I was thinking about. At the time, American comics, you get a cover artist and you get the interior artist, and I disliked so much that I was consistently multiple artists working on this thing. And you see the cover and you're like, oh my god, this looks amazing. And you open it up and you're like, what happened? They're not the same artist. So it's a cool thing in hindsight, like, oh, that's actually really cool that people could do that. But when I was a kid, I just wanted some consistency. And manga, despite, I guess, they're not all as good or as written well, type thing, they were consistent. There was one author, there was one writer, one artist, and you could, so I was interested in that type of thing. And I was like, word, like these comics, they don't even have like color in them. I was like, yo, I think I could achieve that. I could do something like that one day. Could draw me a comic and not have to worry about color, just come up with the cool designs or designs in general and make comics that way. So I really enjoyed that idea. And it was funny because it was like, I was already interested in drawing comics and I wanted to do that. And then I was more interested in drawing manga. And then it came to a point where as though, hey, how's it going, Nick? How's it going? I basically got to a point where I'd read so much manga that it replaced my enjoyment from just like current comics at that time. I collected a bunch of comics, but I eventually started collecting manga, and well, yeah, it kind of took over. And that's when I got really obsessed with the format, reading right to left and all that good stuff. And yeah, yep, really love comics though. I'm doing okay, Nick. Just telling a story about why I'm so into comics, or when I got into comics or making comics. Yeah. What are these dope little emoji joints, man? What is this? Yeah, you got a cat joint. You got a cat joint with the full body. Wait, is there something? Is it like eating a fish? What is that? What is that? Construction monkey? What is it? What is that? Is it dab emoji? Oh, the cat in the box. That's like my favorite one right now. But yeah, there's another story with that. And it's basically yeah, the cat in the box emoji is awesome. But my friend basically a long time ago, I was just always practicing drawing. And one day my friend was just like, why don't you just work on the comic now? Why don't you just do it? And I was just like, nah, man, I'm not good enough, and it's funny. I can understand me thinking like that. But the thing that he said to me was, you're never going to work on it. You're never going to be able to be good at comics until you start really doing them. You can't just practice drawing, all the time and not actually start working on comics. And long story short there, he was right. Because the first thing you learn by attempting your first comic is comic problems that you would never just know about until you really try to do your own comic. So, you make your own characters, and if you go, man, I want to have characters that are different heights. Okay, cool. And now you gotta worry about how that works composition. What the size ratio is gonna be like, how do they work against each other. Shit, it creates all types of different interesting problems for you to have to figure out. And it's worth figuring out if you want to do comics anyway. So there's no purpose and there's no reason not to jump in and learn that stuff at some point. So, yep. I think I started practicing comics kind of late, I would say, actually. I think I started actually doing comics as far back as I can remember, something like maybe when I would say I dabbled in it around 10, which is, in my opinion, late. Because I've always been drawing, but I've never attempted comics until I really wanted to start it. And then, yeah, at that point, I started really dabbling into the possibility of doing a comic. And yes, I do think that drawing a comic or attempting to do a comic at 10 is late. Definitely for me, because I've always known I want to do comics for a very long time, and I've been running towards it for years. Since I ever knew. I never backtracked on it. Once I knew I wanted to do comics, there was nothing else I wanted to do more. Birthday? No. Yeah, I've always liked animation when I was a kid. I think a lot of kids like animation, you know? But I looked into like the animation industry stuff, and the thing that really made me sad about animation Midnight was that, you know, it feels like growing up in the 90s, in my opinion, it feels like we kind of missed the boat, if you will, of getting into a I would say a 2D animation studio in America, because they kind of disintegrated, you know? Like, it was weird. It was like, and I mean literally growing up in the 90s, not being an adult, right? Because you could find a way to do it. I would say more so if you're an adult at that time, because you could move like that. But when you're growing up, you're like literally 10 years old in, uh, was it 2000? Is that? I'm off. Anyway, wait, would it be 2000? Yeah, it would. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know, time feels. I remember back then basically being like, man, Disney and I guess Pixar or whatever might have something, but other than that, most of those studios that were around that weren't Disney and Pixar and stuff like that were just closing down left and right. And then any 2D work, like for the shows, I found out later, were being animated in like Korea or somewhere else. So if I had any slight interest in animation, I quickly was like not that invested, because I knew how difficult that would be to like do something with. Like I basically feel like, I had an easier chance doing a comic book and then being recognized from that comic and then getting work from it, other than how nowadays you got webgen animators that can literally just get a commission from anywhere if their work is good, and get paid to do that work. So, yeah. How's it going, Tavon? Oh, if I remember correctly, what color or what value was this guy's pants? I don't remember. Okay, interesting. I don't really like, I like this, this panel here. Well, this panel here more so. But I don't necessarily like this anymore. I've got to get going. Have a great day or night. See you next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. You also have a good day or night. See you next time. Not much more I'll be doing on stream actually, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out. It's only just, you know, regular rough sketching and then going back over it and whatnot like that. So yeah, thank you guys for coming through and hanging out with me today on stream. And yeah, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your nights or days. And I don't know, try to get some rest, don't overwork yourselves. That's my message of the day, if you will. I hope you guys enjoyed the art and the talks we had. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Be sure, if anyone sees the video and hasn't done so yet, check out the Divinity on webtoon. I think it's doing pretty well there. Make sure to subscribe to the series so that you can get consistent updates when it drops, usually each Sunday on around 12 noon each Sunday. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I'm putting out. It's basically a bunch of things dealing with art or comics or sometimes even book reviews. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Alright everyone, I'll see you.